Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 683rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on probably my favourite map, the Germanic Forest map. And as we've talked about before, with the big open plains, if you want to fight a big open battle there, as you can see, massive open plains, or if you want to hide your troops in the woods to plan those nasty ambushes and spring those ambushes onto enemy troops, you can. Plus, if you bring barbarian troops, look, you get a winter bonus plus a woods bonus as well. So that's one of the reasons I host on a winter map here, to try and encourage barbarian factions if people like to bring them. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 11 Spartans, 5 Cretan archers and 2 fast moving cavalry units. Okay, he uses these cavalry units very well, and if you notice they've got 7 upgrades on. They're fast moving. He can chase down archers, or smash into the back of tired, exhausted enemy troops, and he uses them very well. And of course, because they're fast moving, they can outrun heavy cavalry of the enemies. So that's a tried and tested Aurelius army, his faction of choice. Okay, our next teammate is someone who's called himself Lone Warrior, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. Now he's got 5 heavy cavalry, 1 fast moving general unit, 9 infantry, and yeah, that's what he's got there, and 5 archers. Okay, so that's what his army consists of there. Quick look at the upgrades. If you notice on his general there, he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. But the rest of his infantry have only got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay. He usually brings quite good cavalry there. Okay, he's just got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. But I'd like to draw your attention here to his fast moving Roman armoured cavalry general here, and he'll use that to chase down archers or to scout out where enemy troops might be hiding in the woods, as it's a fast moving unit. So that's Scorpion King SR's army there. A very tried and tested army. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King. Now Mad King has got 7 archers, just 7 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so he's only got 7 infantry in this particular army here. Have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, and you notice he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his small number of infantry. Now he's bought an eagle unit here to give a command bonus. Okay, a command unit bonus to his infantry. Well, he can use his general, who he's made a cavalry unit. He can use that general around the battlefield there to give a morale support to his cavalry. So that's why he's bought an eagle unit there, to give a command unit morale bonus to his infantry. And here you'll see Mad King's cavalry, if you count the upgrades there, 9 upgrades, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Now those of you that are interested in statistics, the cost to fully upgrade a Praetorian cavalry unit is 2,700 denarii. For that you get a 17 attack and a 28 defense, so 2,700 denarii per unit here to fully upgrade a Praetorian cavalry unit. Okay, so will those 6 maximum upgraded cavalry and those archers there, those 7 archers, make up for just 7 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle unfolds. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got his very old Roman army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. So there's our team there. It's got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Orcs 11131719. A lot of you will know him, very good player, and he has bought 14 pikes, 3 archers and 3 companion cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his pikes. Have a look at his battle formation here, and you'll see his forward units have got 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and as you move further back into the battle line there, you will see that his other units have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So the lower upgraded units here will make first contact with the enemy, take the pillars, take the casualties, and hopefully weaken the enemy troops there. Okay, that's what that first line would do with the lower upgrades. Then he brings his more elite upgraded troops forward there to attack hopefully weakened enemy troops. And as I say, the enemy troops have got to fight all the way down the length of those long Macedonian pikes, which is always a tall order, especially for Roman troops there. You'll see he's got his 3 Cretan archers, but you can't see his 3 companion cavalry as he's got them hidden in the woods there. Okay, you'll see them come out a bit later on, but as I say, he's got them hiding in the woods at the moment. Okay, as we move across the battlefield here to their next teammate, who is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now Spearman has got 11 infantry, 4 archers and 5 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. Usually brings good infantry, which he's done again. Notice there 7 upgrades and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his infantry there. So I say that experience stripe always makes a difference. And here you can see that he's gone for the cheap Roman archers. Now these guys are only medium range. They haven't got very good defense. They're cheap, but at least he's got 4 archers there. Okay, and let's a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings good cavalry, and there you are. You can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So he's got serious cavalry there. So actually, I think all in all, that's quite a good balanced Roman army there. The only weak part of it, I suppose, are those medium range archers, but that's pretty, by and large, I think that's a pretty good army. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Uther. He's called himself Striker Q, but it is Brotherhood member Uther. Now Uther has got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, this is a tried and tested Uther army here. You'll have his 5 cavalry hiding in the woods just over there now. So he'll bring them out when he's ready from the woods, hoping that we might forget that he's got cavalry maybe. Okay, their last teammate who's hiding in the woods over here is Brotherhood member Man 2. Now Man 2 has got just 8 pikes, 4 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, only 8 pikes, and just to let you know that those 8 pikes have only got gold shield, gold attack on, which is unusual. If we count the upgrades on his cavalry, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fully upgraded Cataphract cavalry. Now those of you that are interested in statistics, to fully upgrade a Cataphract cavalry unit cost 3,030 denarii. And for that you get a 13 attack and a 29 defense. Now as you know, Praetorian cavalry have got a 6 charge bonus, and you can see how well they penetrate and impact into enemy troops. Okay, well these Cataphracts have got a 9 charge bonus. So they've got a massive charge bonus. Okay, but Man 2's kind of spent all his money on his cavalry, making them fully upgraded, while his pikemen, which we know have got low morale, have only got gold shield, gold attack on. So sometimes it's getting the balance right, but it'll be interesting to see how he uses his army during the course of the battle. There's a Seleucid general. Now you think the Seleucid general would be as well armoured as his troops, wouldn't you? Because he needs the protection, but obviously you could see he wasn't there. So there's the enemy team. It should be a great battle for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you Aurelius' battle formation here. As you can see, as usual, he split his Spartan army into 3 mini armies that he can use very effectively. He makes best use of the flexibility of the Spartans with using these 3 armies. And if you notice here, you'll see Scorpion King's got that fast-moving Roman armoured cavalry general there. Now, the reason he's got it there is because he knows that the Macedonian general, because he's obviously counted the units of the Macedonian general, he's got his 3 archers and 14 pikemen, so Scorpion King SR knows that there's going to be some cavalry somewhere. Okay, now they're hiding in the woods somewhere. The enemy companion cavalry are hiding in the woods somewhere, and the reason that Scorpion King SR has got his fast-moving general unit there, he's probably going to use that as a scouting unit to try and find those hidden companion cavalry. Okay, so that's why Scorpion King's got his cavalry unit there. He may well be even using that as bait, hoping that the companion cavalry might well come out of the woods to try and get that unit. But that's what he'll use that for, a scouting unit there. As I say, over on the right flank here, I've got a feeling this is where the battle could kick off. As we know, Scorpion King and Mad King, both very aggressive players. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, here you'll see Scorpion King SR moving his infantry forward there on our right centre. And over on our right flank here, you'll see Aurelius has got 2 of his Greek cities armies there in the woods, probably moving forward as well. You'll see Mad King moving his 4 archer units over to the right flank as well. And here you'll see Mad King's fully upgraded Brutii Cavalry and Scorpion King's Cavalry over on this right flank as well. And you'll see Scorpion King's archers here. And I think Aurelius is bringing some of his archers over as well. And of course what they'd like to do with all their archers is try and target the Macedonian pikemen. Now remember, those 121 man units are extremely susceptible to archer damage. Of course they'd have to take out the 3 Cretan archers first. Obviously they'd have to take those out. That's why they've got the weight in archer numbers on this flank. And then once they took those Cretan archers out, they could then concentrate on those Macedonian pikemen. Okay, so I think that's what Scorpion King and Mad King are thinking about here. You can see, I think, as those of you that watch our battle videos regularly will know, both Scorpion King and Mad King are very aggressive players here. So playing together on this right flank along with Aurelius, his Greek city's armies there, I think that they could do quite well on this right flank. And as I say, you can see their instinct straight away to attack, moving archers forward, cavalry forward there. Of course they're moving all that cavalry forward there to make sure they're guarding their archers. And as I say, you can see here Scorpion King moving his archers there. Could you see one of those archer units kneel down then? You'll see a few of them kneel down, and that's where they're actually hiding in the woods there. But there you are. You can see Scorpion King once again moving his archers forward very quickly. As I say, both Mad King and Scorpion King, very, very aggressive players there. As I say, you can see Scorpion King there taking his archers forward. And as I say, they would really like to target those Macedonian pikemen, weaken them before they get into hand-to-hand fighting. But both Scorpion King and Mad King need to be aware of Uther's cavalry there. His well-upgraded cavalry ready to charge in. Okay, and as I say, here you can see Mad King brought his fully upgraded Brutii cavalry to the fore there, and Scorpion King SR's cavalry is in behind there. Okay. But as I say here, the pikemen here are the targets for all those archers. But first of all, they need to take out those Cretan archers first before they can concentrate their fire on them. Okay, now we know that the Macedonian general has got companion cavalry hiding in the woods somewhere. And if you notice here, as I said earlier, Scorpion King SR is using his fast-moving armoured cavalry general here, to try and scout out those hidden companion cavalry. As I say, Scorpion King countered the enemy Macedonian army and guessed that there are cavalry units hiding in the woods, and that's why he's using that fast-moving cavalry unit to try and scout them out there. As I say, once again, Scorpion King SR bringing his archers to bear here. As I say, they'd like to take out those Cretan archers first before they concentrate onto the Macedonian pikemen. Okay, now over here, I think that Uther noticed that most of our cavalry is over on the right flank, so he's moved a fast-moving cavalry unit forward here to attack our archers. This is a nice opportunist tactical move there by Uther. They're trying to take out the cavalry. As I say, he knows that the Mad King's cavalry and Scorpion King's cavalry are far away on the right flank, so he's brought this cavalry unit forward here to try and take out our archers. But I've got my cavalry there, which I will be moving forward to try and take him out. But remember, that cavalry unit of Uther's is very fast moving, and my heavy cavalry will be very slow in comparison to that fast moving cavalry unit there. But you can see me moving my cavalry forward there. I'd like to intercept this fast-moving cavalry units of Uther and take it out if possible. You can see my cavalry closing in. That unit may well rout. Now there you go. It hasn't got very good morale, that fast-moving cavalry unit there. And as you can see, it kind of routed there with my cavalry approaching. Okay, so I think I'm going to chase that unit down if I can and possibly take it out. Just stop it reforming, coming back into the battle behind us there. Over on our far left flank here, you will see that Mantu is moving his fully upgraded Seleucid Cataphracts round, as I say, to our left flank there. And he's moving his archers round to the left flank as well. If you notice here, I'm moving my army closer to my allies, but actually turning to face the threat of the Seleucids coming out of the woods there. And as I say, you can see Spearman's short-range archers moving forward here to try and counter Aurelius's Cretan archers. But over here on the right flank, as I say, both Mad King and Scorpion King very aggressive here on this right flank, moving their archers and cavalry forward here. As I say, very aggressive, almost like inviting a cavalry attack from the enemy team onto their well upgraded cavalry. Here you can see Orcs 1113 bringing his archer units over here to try and counter our archers there, and you can see Scorpion King SR moving his SBQR cavalry forward here, probably with a view to try and take out those Cretan archers with one of his units. But he needs to be very aware of Uther's Julii cavalry there that will probably try and counter his attack on those archers. Okay, you can see him charging right. Here comes Uther's army. Notice Uther's cavalry is in normal formation for more speed rather than wedge formation, which slows it down. There you are. You can see, looks like he's going to catch Scorpion King's cavalry unit, and bang, as he charges in there, going to take that unit probably totally out there. So Scorpion King lost an entire cavalry unit there. Okay, you'll see Uther's moved his Julii army forward here. And as I say, over on our left flank, you can see the fully upgraded Seleucid Cataphracts and the pike units. Now, as I say, Mantu's only got 8 pike units, and he's only got gold shield, gold attack on them. And we know that Seleucid morale is quite poor, and that's why usually most people put at least a stripe on those pike units there to kind of give them a little bit more morale. Okay, so as I say, here on the right flank, you can see Scorpion King with his SBQR army there moving in on the flank of Uther, maybe looking to pile the flank. And over here you can see our cavalry making a lot of use there of enemy cavalry being away as they chase down and take out a lot of enemy archers there. But remember, on this right flank, if you notice, there's only one army of Aurelius as infantry there. Okay, so he's got 3 Spartan units there, but the rest of our troops are archers and cavalry. Now, if the enemy start moving more heavy troops over onto this right flank, we could possibly be in trouble. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Pause the game for a second here. Right, you'll see that Spearman here has put his cavalry in open order. Now, why do you think he's put his cavalry in open order? Newer players to Rome Total War, why do you think he's done that? Okay, it's because he's being targeted by our archers there. And remember, in RTW, if you put units in open order, they suffer a lot less damage from missiles. Okay, so that's why Spearman's put his cavalry in open order here. Now, here you can see Orcs 1113 moving his massive long pikemen forward here towards Scorpion King SR's army. Now, you'll see Scorpion King backing his SBQR army off there. Okay, because he doesn't want to take pikes head on, as we talked about in many other videos before. Roman troops, not very good idea to attack pikes head on. Right, here you can see Mantu's 8 pike units here moving in on our flank. And if you notice here, I'm moving my SBQR army over towards my allies a little bit more. Okay, now, I just want to show you this. Can you see here how, as we talked about before, Mad King has only got 7 infantry, an extremely low number of infantry for the modern day battlefield. Now, Uther here is moving his army forward because I believe that Uther has got 11 infantry. So he knows that he's going to be able to really push through that Brutio army, and you've got the Macedonian troops pushing forward as well. But as I say, Uther can see just 7 infantry in front of him there, and probably thinking with backup from the Seleucid pikemen, he may well be able to punch a hole through our battle line there, as I say, with only 7 infantry in front of him. As I say, those of you watching this, do you think 7 infantry for the modern 31k battlefield is a bit low? Be interested to see what you think there. Okay, so over here you'll see that both Mad King and Scorpion King SR have massed their archers. Can you see here? Close, tight formation there for more impact, more damage, shooting into the flank of those Macedonian pikes there. That they've just started to shoot into the flank of them there. Now they're protected by 3 Spartan units. Okay, so they're protected by 3 Spartan units there. The enemy cavalry cannot charge directly in to the archers there, and the archers have got somewhat good protection here from both Scorpion King SR and Mad King's cavalry to protect their archers. Okay, but this right flank is something to watch. Okay, now here you can see Scorpion SR charge, bang, as he charges in there into that enemy Julii cavalry. Okay, so he has now taken on the enemy Julii cavalry that is now charging into him. Now Mad King's probably going to bring his fully upgraded Brutii cavalry into the fray as well. Okay, so there goes that Brutii cavalry. Now, wouldn't surprise me if the Julii general, seeing that cavalry approaching, is going to pull back, which he's actually doing. Okay, you can see him pulling his cavalry back, but this is what I wanted to show you. Can you see you got fully... So you've got Scorpion King, SR and Mad King's cavalry, but you've got fully upgraded Cataphracts of Mantus. You've got Uther's cavalry charging in, and my guess is that Spearman's going to turn his cavalry and charge in as well. So there is a storm approaching here, and this storm is moving fast towards our allies' cavalry. And that is some kind of major storm there moving in, and it is moving in fast, as I said. So I think our allies need to move their cavalry and get in behind some cover. They need to find some cover from this storm that's coming in on them. And look at that. You've got Julii infantry moving as well. Let's pause again for a second. So, you've got Julii infantry moving in on them. You've got Julii cavalry, all the Julii cavalry, and you've got fully upgraded Cataphracts heading towards our allies' cavalry here. Okay, now what I'm thinking here, they need to find cover from this storm that's coming in on them here. And what I would suggest is that they bring their cavalry round the back of that Spartan kind of wall there. Okay, if they bring the cavalry in round the back there, at least they've got some cover at the front of their of the cavalry there from those Spartans. And of course those archers would be shooting into the enemy cavalry as well. Aurelius may well bring another Spartan army, one of his mini Spartan armies over as well. But I think that both Mad King and Scorpion King SR need possibly to get in behind here, protect their archers as best they can, and be behind that Spartan wall. Maybe that's the best move for them to do. I don't know what you guys think. Over here you can see that Orcs 1113 is now attacking Scorpion King with his Macedonians. Now what I'm thinking here, can you see a tactical move that I could do here? What I'm thinking here is moving my SBQR army around the flank of Uther's Julii infantry there. Now there's a good reason for doing this, okay? If you might notice there, can you see that Uther's cavalry is well away on the other flank, a long way away from his infantry. So at this moment, Uther's infantry's got no cavalry protection. Okay, he's got no cavalry protection at all. So what I'm thinking is here, if I move my SBQR army round and maybe surge attack his flank, get my cavalry to smash into him as well, we could do a lot of damage to Uther's infantry while his cavalry is away. I don't know what you guys are thinking. And do you remember Scorpion King SR with his fast moving general unit was looking for that companion cavalry, couldn't find them? Well, there they are. They have now come out of the woods. They've come out of their hiding place now, and he's looking to get those cavalry in behind us, right, ready to strike into the rear of us, probably when we're engaged with the enemy troops there. So Orcs 1113 hid that companion cavalry extremely well, because Scorpion King was looking for that with that fast moving cavalry unit. But over here on our right flank, we were doing quite well, I thought, taking out enemy archers, being a nuisance here on the right flank, but the enemy have really counter-attacked here. And as I say, there is a storm coming in on SBQR cavalry and Mad King's cavalry here. You can see all this enemy cavalry plus enemy infantry. Oh my gosh, there's even enemy pikes coming in on them as well now. So they need to really get away from that situation there, and that's exactly what they're doing. But as I say, maybe look to get behind that Spartan wall to protect their archers there maybe as well. But over here you can see that as I say, both Scorpion King's SR and Mad King's archers are there shooting into the enemy team. But as I say, Mad King and Scorpion King are both just trying to get away from this massive storm of cavalry and infantry and pikemen coming in towards them. Okay, which is what they need to do. But the problem is here, these enemy our allied archers are going to be shooting a lot of arrows into them, but that enemy cavalry can easily come around the flank, bypassing the Spartan wall, and just smash into the back and into the flank of those archers, taking those archers completely out. So that could be a problem for us there. Okay, but over here, like we were talking about earlier, I've actually attacked Uther's flank there. As you can see, I've moved around from that position, and I'm now looking to attack those Julii units while his cavalry is away. Okay, It's a battlefield awareness move here. As I say, I'm aware that his cavalry is a long way away, and what I'd like to do is smash my infantry and cavalry into the flank of his infantry there and cause as much damage as I can to his infantry. Okay, first of all I'm going to throw some pilers in just to weaken these units this end, and then I'm just going to charge forward in a surge attack, if you like, with my infantry, and then my cavalry's coming in as well. Now, will Uther spot the attack and move his infantry out of harm's way, which he has? Now you can see he's moving his infantry out the way the best he can as my cavalry charges in there. See, and now what I'd like is Mad King to move his 7 infantry forward now and maybe hit the forward units of Uther, so we could do a combination attack on Uther's Julii army there, and maybe even take it out if we both hit. And you can see my cavalry charging in there like a bang as it smashes in there into those enemy Julii units there. Okay, so we've got an infantry and cavalry attack on Uther's army there, but as I say here, look, the enemy cavalry have got round the flank of that Spartan wall, and they look like they're going to smash into those archers. And also this is a good move by the Macedonian general, pinning and holding that forward Spartan unit here. And as I say, that enemy cavalry looks to me like they're going to smash into our archers there, and could well take all our archers out there with a massive hit from that cavalry. Okay, you can see that cataphract, fully upgraded cataphract cavalry, going to charge in there, look, and bang as they smash in there. That is some kind of impact there into our archers, but you can see our allies have alt-attacked with their archers there. You can see that right now. You can see both Scorpion King and Mad King's cavalry come in to support their archers. Now if they smash into the back of Mantu's cavalry there, he may well try and take out his general. And remember, as we said before, Seleucid morale is very poor, so if we can take out the general, that could really help us there. And you can see that Aurelius is moving 2 of his Spartan forwards units towards the cavalry, while he's holding up those 2 Macedonian units with 1 of his Greek city units there. So a good bit of support there going on. And as I say, over here you'll see that Uther has now returned his cavalry from the other flank. He's now moved his cavalry over now to support his infantry. Okay, so that was a good move there by Uther to come back to support his infantry. You'll see the Seleucid pikemen moving over to support his infantry as well, and I'm moving my cavalry back out from the fray now, seeing Uther's cavalry returning to the fray. Okay, so you can see that now. And as I say, over here, look at that massive Seleucid attack on the archers. Right, here comes Scorpion King's SBQR cavalry, and bang as they charge in there. And here comes Mad King's fully upgraded Brutii cavalry as well. Now between them here, I wonder, with sheer numbers and really well upgraded troops, they might take out those Seleucid Cataphracts. Here you can see Mad King was trying to run his archers away, but Spearman spotted that and is hitting those archers with his cavalry. Okay, so as I say, things not looking very good here. Spearman may well move infantry over here as well, but as I say, not looking very good for our archers here at this time. But you can see here that some of Mantu's cavalry units have been caught by our allies' cavalry there. And now you can see both our allies, Brutii and SBQR cavalry, coming over. We've routed the Seleucid general, so they're no longer getting morale bonus from a general there. And bang, as our Brutii cavalry charges in there. And now our SBQR cavalry charges in there as well. And bang, just look at the numbers there. Okay, now those cataphracts might be fully upgraded, but they are vastly outnumbered here. Okay, they are vastly outnumbered there by fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry of Mad Kings and the SBQR cavalry too. You can see the Macedonian general there trying to run some units forward there. Now you'll notice here that Mantu has alt-attacked his Seleucid Cataphracts there, so they're using their effective against armour maces, okay, which can be very effective there, but just look at the numbers. The Seleucid Cataphracts are just so outnumbered there by our Brutii and SBQR ally there. And as I say, Seleucid morale is not very good, and they're, as I say, vastly outnumbered there, so I'm expecting to see these Seleucid Cataphracts rout. There you go. So all of those expensive Cataphracts there, including the general, remember those Cataphracts cost 3,030 denarii each. They have now all been taken out. So well done, Scorpion King and Mad King, they did a good job there. And here you can see the Julii army move forward there towards our Greek city's ally. And as I say, you can see that Orcs 1113 is moving his Macedonians forward, And over here you'll see that Uther with his Julii army is being backed up by Mantu's Seleucid pikes there. Okay, so there's a general overview, but just look at all of our allies' troops running away here, routing. And that's going to lower the morale of our troops. Remember, when allied routing troops run through your troops morale drops. And that's going to drop our morale a bit, seeing all those allied troops of ours running away there, being routed. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. But as I say, all those expensive cataphracts have now been taken out by Scorpion King and Mad King's cavalry. So that's very good for us, for our team there. Here you can see a couple of Aurelius' Spartan units there, fighting these Macedonian pikemen there. But what worries me a bit, as I say, you can see the pikemen moving in there, which I'm guessing that Aurelius is going to stand and face those two pike units there. But that Julii cavalry, that enemy Julii cavalry, is going to smash through those archers, I think, and smash into the rear of Aurelius as two Spartan units there, which of course would probably rout them, as that would be a hammer and anvil attack. Okay, so there you are. You can see the Macedonian general. Did you see how he reorganised his pikes there? Moved back a little bit, then put his pikes down there, trying to kill as many of those Spartans as he can as those Spartans move forward. But just look at that Julii cavalry. Looks like it's going to smash into the rear of them there. Pause the game for a second. So as I say there, you can see we've got our Brutii and SBQ, our allies' cavalry there. But over here, you can see I've now attacked with my SBQR army into Uther's Julii army there. Remember, Uther's Julii army has been weakened there by an earlier attack. That's why I'm moving my infantry forward into Uther's infantry there. As I say, I already know they've been weakened. I'm going to throw more pilots into them to weaken them even more, because later on there I may well look to do a surge attack on that weakened infantry. But over here, you can see that Julii cavalry smashing in to those units of Aurelius. Is there those two Greek city units, those two Spartan units there? You can see the enemy Macedonian general moving in there. Right, here comes all that Julii cavalry of spearmen there. Look at that. And those two Spartan units are still holding even now, even with all those numbers around them. And there goes those Macedonian pikemen coming in behind them there. I thought those two Spartan units held extremely well there. There's that cavalry going to finish them off. Bang! As it charges in there. So let's say Aurelius' units did well. Now all this Julii infantry and cavalry could now move up into our flank and start rolling us up. See, all this here, Macedonian and Julii infantry and cavalry, could now start hitting us in the flank and rolling us up from right to left. Can you see what they could hit there? They could smash into the back of those two Spartan units there and roll us up from right to left. So it'd be interesting to see what Spearman's going to do there. Okay, as I say, you can see the Macedonian general there pushing forward with his pikemen. Okay, and as I say, I've got my SBQR army here facing Uther's weakened units. Now you can see that a lot of Uther's units have been weakened there by the earlier attack we put in there, including pilot damage as well. And I've got my cavalry locked and loaded there, ready to charge in if needed. Now here you can see Mad King starting to move some of his Brutii infantry around there. Okay, so that's good news. They're going to be fully loaded with pilots, I'm thinking there, so they have a lot of pilots to throw in to the enemy troops, which is good news for us. That's why Uther's put that end unit in Testudo there. Remember, when you put a unit into Testudo, it suffers less damage from missiles. Okay, but over here, if you have a look at the general overview of the battle, just look at the number of troops. Right, can you see this group of Spartans here just taken out by pilots? That's the damage there. You can see there that I think it was Spearman's Roman troops there just threw loads of pilots into the flank of that Spartan unit, and just look at the casualties that it caused. I'm not sure if the entire Spartan unit was taken out there just by pilot hits, and bearing in mind that Spartans got 2 hit points, you can see the damage that pilots can do to them. But just look at the overview picture of the battle, the overall picture of the battle there, and you can see we are outnumbered. Look, we've just got cavalry over here against all this infantry, heavy infantry and cavalry of the enemy troops. So as I say, at the moment here, it looks to me like we are a little bit outnumbered. You've got Mantu's fresh pikes behind his fighting allies there that he can bring into the fray at any time he wants. And as I say, you can see our Macedonian ally there holding the line against Scorpion King SR's infantry there. So as I say, there's a general overview of the battle, and you can see the numbers of the enemy there. Okay, so here, as I say, I'm going to charge my cavalry unit in. I'm going to try and take out either that testudo unit or the unit behind it, or severely weaken them if I can. Now, the reason I'm charging my cavalry on this flank is because Uther's got his cavalry on the other flank, and for him to try and counterattack, he's going to have to try and get through my infantry to counterattack. You see what I mean? So that's why I'm going to smash in on this side there, because I don't think his cavalry will be able to counterattack. Right, there goes my cavalry. Look at him. Bang! I smash in there, trying to take out either that testudo unit or the unit behind him there. Can you see how impressive my cavalry in? But now the enemy Macedonian general's bringing his anti-cavalry pikes into the fray, so I now need to get my cavalry out there as fast as I can. But I weakened one unit and routed another of Uther's Julii units there, so I'm quite happy with that. As I say, the more I can weaken his units, the more susceptible he will be to a surge attack a bit later on. Okay, so here you can see our allies, Scorpion King SR with his SPQR army there. Got a couple of units in Testudo. And as I say, you can see some of those Macedonian units pressing in on the flank of my battle formation there. But here you can see Aurelius bringing over one of his Spartan armies there into the fray. And as I say, here you can see some Julii cavalry attacking one of Scorpion King SR's infantry units there. But as I say, you can see Man 2 moving his Seleucid pikes forward there. And as I say, over here you can see that Mad King's really starting to move his Brutii infantry around there. And as I say, those are fresh full units with maximum pilots to throw into the enemy troops as well, which is good news for us there. Okay, so here you can see I've moved my SPQR army forward there towards Uther's army, but remember that Uther's army is backed up by the long pikes of those Seleucid pikemen there. So I don't want to take those pikes head on if I can help it. So I need to be very careful what I'm doing. So what I'm thinking there is moving my army around the flank. Now if you notice this, Aurelius is already doing that. He's moving his Spartans around the flank. He doesn't want to take those pikemen on head on either. He might even get in behind them, but that's what I want to do with my SPQR army, get around the flank, or even get in behind those Seleucid pikemen if I can. Okay, so as I say, you can see here Mad King moving his Brutii infantry forward there, along with Scorpion King SR's SPQR army moving in on those Macedon pikes as well. Just remind you here that those a couple of companion cavalry, one of the companion cavalry units has been taken out, but there's still two companion units there to smash into the back of our infantry if they need to, or if they want to there. So we just have to keep an eye on those two companion cavalry units. But as I say, both Aurelius and myself here will look to move round the flank of those Seleucid pikemen, as we don't want to take them on head on. Meanwhile, at the rear of the battle here, you'll see spearmen with both infantry and cavalry trying to chase down Scorpion King SR's cavalry there. So spearmen's putting a lot of resources in to chasing those cavalry units of Scorpion King, where maybe they might be more useful up in the main battle there. I don't know what you guys think about that, but he seems to me to be putting a lot of resources in to try and chase this. And make no mistake, Scorpion King will just be running his cavalry round, trying to draw out as many Julii units towards them as he can, because he knows he can probably outrun them. Okay, so I say there's a lot going on. This battle was a challenging battle to film, to be honest with you, because there's lots going on, usually on both flanks at the same time. So it was a challenging battle to actually film. Right, here you can see the Spartans here still moving around the flank. And as I say, I want to move my SPQR infantry around that flank as well. I've got my cavalry here. I'm just positioning them for the best angle on the enemy troops. So as I say, here you can start to see I'm moving my SPQR infantry round the flank here now. What I'm thinking here is if Aurelius engages those pikes, that Julii cavalry may well get in behind him and try and smash into the rear of Aurelius' Spartans there. So I've got my cavalry and infantry there ready to intercept any Julii cavalry that might try and smash into the back of Aurelius' infantry. Right, you can see that Julii cavalry coming in, trying to get into the back of Aurelius' spearmen, like a bang as they charge in there. You can see I've blocked a lot of the enemy cavalry with my infantry there. to try and, as I say, trying to be a good teammate there, protecting the rear of Aurelius' his spearmen. I've moved my cavalry over as well. They're locked and loaded, ready to charge in if needed. Okay, so as I say there, you can see the general overview there of the battle as it stands at the moment. My SBQR troops going in. Now I think it's time I'm going to do a surge attack with my infantry there. Okay, can you see I'm now moving my entire infantry battle formation forward here, trying to surge through the enemy battle line. Okay, can you see there? And a surge attack at the right time can be incredibly effective. I'm going to move my cavalry round as well there, but I can see those two Macedonian cavalry units still behind us. Now, can you see here, as I say, you've got spearmen here trying to chase down our cavalry, but here you can see spearman's got a lot of his infantry facing the rear here, trying to maybe counter any of our cavalry going into the rear of his allies. But that's an awful lot of infantry there just at the back when they could well be needed in the main battle here. I don't know what you guys think. I'd like please put your thoughts in the comments, because I think it'd be interesting to see here. But as I say, at the moment I am now doing a surge attack with my SBQR infantry. See them surge forward there, and as I say, if you time a surge attack just right, you can cause massive damage to the enemy troops there. Just look at those enemy troops that are now routing from that siege attack. But if you notice there, Aurelius has got his spearmen in there as well. Now here you can see Uther's battle damaged cavalry coming in behind, and bang, as he smashes into the rear of my engaged infantry there. Now that was a nice hit there by Uther. That was a really good smash into the rear of my infantry there. If you notice there, I've turned some units to face that threat there from my from the Julii enemy there. But here I spotted those two Macedonian companion cavalry coming into our rear as well. So I've hit them with all my cavalry, try and take out the Macedonian cavalry, and then come back in and counterattack Uther's cavalry. Okay, that's what I'm going to be looking to do. But as I say, Uther's cavalry really tried to punch a hole in the rear of my battle formation there. But as I say, I need to take out those two companion cavalry units now, bring my cavalry down to attack Uther's Julii cavalry. But my guess is that Uther will pull that cavalry out, which is what he's done. And as I say, you can see my SBQR army and Aurelius' Greek cities holding really well there. And over here you can see Mad King's been running his cavalry around, getting that Julii infantry to chase him round the battlefield there. So as I say, if ever you try chasing cavalry with infantry, you're basically onto a loser really, because your infantry will just get really tired and you'll never catch that cavalry. Okay, so over here now you'll see that both Mad King and myself are forming our cavalry up. Okay, now the reason for that is, can you see there's two enemy generals here? You've got Uther's Julii general and Orcs 1113 Macedonian generals side by side here. Now what a target that is for our cavalry. If we can smash in there and take both of those generals out, just think of the morale bonus we are then taking away from the enemy team. What an impact that would be on the enemy team if we could take those two generals out. Okay, now here you can see Spearman trying to get his infantry over to hit the two generals over there, look, but he's being held up by the SBQR units of Scorpion King, plus I've got a couple of units there as well to stop them getting over to those general units, as well as both Mad King and myself charge our cavalry in to the flank of this melee. Okay, so that, make no mistake, we're going to go for those two generals, those two enemy generals there. When we decide to charge in, that is the target that we're going to go for. Okay, both Mad King and myself. Here you can see Spearman really trying to push his Julii infantry forward there. Right, here comes my cavalry. Now get ready for this. They're battle damaged, but there's still enough of them to make a difference there. And bang, as they smash in there. The Julii general routed almost on impact, but the Macedonian general is still there, still giving morale bonus there. So I'm going to pull my cavalry back out there. I did what I wanted to do. There goes Mad King's Brutii cavalry, and bang, as they charge in there as well. As I say, we'd like to take out the Macedonian general. We've routed the Julii general there. It's just a Macedonian general we need to take out now as well there. And as I say, here we're really closing in on that Macedonian general. You can see, as I say, Spearman's brought his infantry over and his general's still alive and well, giving morale bonus to his troops and his allies' troops there. So there you are, you can see that. But you can see, as I say, my SBQR infantry is being sandwiched between Julii infantry, okay, and Julii cavalry coming in behind my infantry there. Now you've got Mad King's Brutii cavalry in there, and we've got a couple of Aurelius spear units in there, but that's a real sandwich attack there. But now you can see our Brutii ally and our Greek Seleucid ally here have routed all the enemy pikes that were on our flank. So now that's freed up all these troops of ours, Brutii allies there. As I say, we've routed all the pikes on the flank there. So all we need to do now is move into the rear of those engaged enemy troops. And I think that could be pretty good for us there. You can see I'm going to charge my cavalry in once again here. You can charge them in and bang as they smash in there. You see Mad King charging his cavalry in there as well. Now we've routed the Macedonian general, which is really good news for us. Excellent news that is for our team. And you can see a lot of our allies' reinforcements are reaching the battlefield here. Now you'll notice here, can you see Spearmen are bringing those 4 infantry units over that he was using to chase enemy cavalry. Okay, he's brought them back into the fray now. But is it too late, or will they make the difference? Could they tip the balance here as he brings those 4 units in? But you can see Mad King's, as I say, he kept his infantry back for a long time in the battle, and you could argue maybe that he brought them in just at the right time to make the most of his 7 infantry, 7 fresh infantry units fully laden with pilers. He brought them in, maybe you could argue, as I say, at the right time there. And as you can see there, we're really pushing in on the enemy troops there. That Julii general is still alive there. We're going to try and hit him with my cavalry, and bang as we smash in there. So it looks like there's just a couple of Julii units left there now. If you can see those 2 Julii units still fighting, 2 enemy Julii units left there, but we're really pushing in on those units there. And it wouldn't surprise me, there you go, if they both routed there. It looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle. As I say, this was a challenging battle. There was so much going on both flanks, so I hope I managed to get all the action in that I could there. But it's a very spread, as I say, very spread out battle as well here. Lots of stuff going on all over the battlefield. I think this is where Man 2 Seleucids were taken out by Mad King's fully upgraded Brutii cavalry and Scorpion King's SBQR cavalry. Another cavalry battle here as well. You can see a lot of enemy cavalry and our cavalry dead there. So that was massive cavalry hit. And as we move across the battlefield, look, there's a line of dead cavalry there. So you can see, as I say, there was lots going on all over the battlefield at the same time. That's how difficult this battle was. And here is that unit of Spartans there, as we saw earlier, taken out by pilers. Yep, so they didn't kill any enemy troops at all. They've just been killed by pilers there. And if we move up this battle line here, you can see this is where a lot of pike action was going on there from the Macedonian general. He was holding that line for a long time there. As we move up the battle line here, as I say, the battlefield is so spread out. Everywhere you look, there are dead bodies. So that just goes to show, as I say, so much going on at the same time all over the battlefield here. So you can see a lot of dead there. And as we move along here through the battlefield here, we come up to a more intense area of dead, where you can see, as I say, that's where the intense part of the battle was there, just by the piles of dead. So I think it was a real battle of attrition here. As I say, I think Mad King probably brought those 7 units of infantry in at the right time. 7 fresh infantry units fully laden with pilers there. As I say, I think Scorpion King maybe got 4 units left, maybe 4 or 5 units left, but incredibly quite battle damaged there. And I think Aurelius has got 1, 2, 3, 4. What, he's got 5 units left. My guess is though that they would probably be quite battle damaged as well. If we look there, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got 5 units. Only 7 men in that unit though. You see, just 7 men in that unit there. So, let's say, I think this was a real battle of attrition here, with good tactical moves all over the battlefield. So, so just to say, yeah, really well played there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is I thought everybody played well in this game. Everybody did a good job, so well done. And as you can see, it was an average victory. Must have just scraped into that. Highest kills of the game goes to Scorpion King SR, 1,622 kills. So really well done for Scorpion King SR. Right, so well done to Orcs 113 1719. Got some really good kills of Mastodon, highest kills in his team. So really well done there. Well done to Spearman. I noticed he was supporting all over the battlefield there. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he still did well. Well done to Uther. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but he was supporting all over the battlefield as well. So well done to him. And well done to Mantu. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but his cataphracts, his fully upgraded cataphracts were caught, weren't they, by fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry there, and were outnumbered. So really well played, guys. My kills not too bad. Only had, what, 15 kills less than the highest kills in the game, so not too bad there, not too bad kills. Quite pleased with that. As I say, well done to Scorpion King, highest kills in the game. Well done to Mad King. Now bearing in mind he only had 7 infantry, look at the kills that he got from that army. I mean, I think that's really good kills there. As I say, 7 infantry, but he did well. And well done to Aurelius, good support all over the battlefield with his Greek cities, 3 armies there. Hope you enjoyed this battle. Please give us a thumbs up. Bye for now.